Hear me? Come on in, everybody. Come on in. Another episode of Mama Said It. Come on in. Pauline invites you to co-host. I can't do that right now, Pauline. I'm sorry. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining. Come on in. Come on in. Thank y'all so much for joining. Yes. I hope everybody is having a great Sunday. I hope everyone is having a great Sunday. Yes, one of the things I definitely wanted to say today to those who are celebrating a birthday, we are in the month of August almost, Leo season rather, Leo season, right? Those of you who are celebrating a Leo season. Hey, Linda, I want to just tell you before I get started that Shakira is not feeling well, and I didn't want to cancel. I didn't want to cancel. So I decided just to continue. Y'all keep her uplifted in prayer, please. Keep her uplifted in prayer. I do have a lot of information I want to share with you all today. And so I want to say happy birthday to those who are celebrating a birthday today, or this week, or this month, because this is Leo season. Woohoo! My birthday is coming up soon too, as well. Um, August is like a bittersweet month for me. Many of you probably already know. On my birthday was the last day I seen my mom, so it takes a toll for those of you who've been down that road and you've had some loved ones lost, and you probably can relate to what I'm stating right now. But no matter what, life still goes on, and you have to push through, and you have to continue to encourage yourself, right? Even though there could be dark clouds over your head at some times, but you still have to, no matter what, continue to encourage yourself. So I do know my little cousin, I call her Little Hollywood, who is Evie. She is celebrating a birthday. I think she's 13. So happy birthday, Evie. I want to say happy birthday to you. I also want to say, for those of you who are sharing or having an anniversary that's coming up, I want to say happy anniversary. Woo! Happy anniversary to those of you who are having an anniversary that's coming up. And I want to say welcome to another episode of Mama Said It. Yes, Shakira is not feeling well, but we're going to keep her uplifted in spirit, right? We're going to keep her uplifted in spirit. Now, we have an hour show, have a lot of things I want to share with you. So I don't want to um, waste a lot of time. So I want to kind of dive into a few things. On another episode that I had previously, I shared with you all how you can find money, right? So there's a lot of money out there that people are not aware of. And some people are aware of this money existing and they're just letting it sit. I'm encouraging those who have money that is sitting in these accounts to claim the money and give it away. Give it to a nonprofit organization. Give it to a homeless person. Okay. There's some homeless people that can use the money. You can donate the money to them, but don't let it sit. Don't let it sit. Right. I don't think we should let let this money sit. It's not good. I did have a few clients recently that I shared that their name was listed on these websites, and I'm going to share the websites with you all as well. And they were able to get $3,000. One said they got 5,500. Their name was on there. They didn't even know. So it really enlightens me and it keeps me on my path to know that I'm doing the right thing by staying encouraged and trying to encourage each and every one of you, because I know this is a hard time for a lot of us. A lot of us are going through it, right? And some of us may have lost your job. Some may have lost where you're in foreclosure, sheriff sale, car repossessed, or about to get repossessed, or don't even have a car. I mean, everybody have issues going on, right? But I want to say this. I started to cancel the show today based on my daughter. But I said, you know what? I got to push through today because there's someone that's listening today that needs to be encouraged. They need to be encouraged to know that it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right because I've lived my life for as long as I can remember. I've been serving people since I was 17 years old. I've been serving, and I've always had to remove myself out the way. I move myself out the way because I know that even though I have issues and circumstances, we all have problems, right? But when I come to work, I have to roll up my sleeve and I have to resolve problems on a consistent basis. So when I have to do that, I have to pour into myself. I have to encourage myself. And I have to encourage myself that it's going to be all right. Because at the end of the evening, I'm drained. I'm drained from helping people, from preventing them from sheriff's sale, from preventing them from foreclosures, from, closing on mortgages, from correcting people's credit. I mean, this from people that's calling me about to commit, being unalive, committing suicide. Yes. I volunteered for the suicide help hotline for many, many years. And a lot of people are in trouble. But I'm encouraging you, that is not the solution. Because for every issue you have, there is an answer. Make sure you know that. For every issue you have, there is an answer. Okay. Thank you so much for joining, Dottie. Thank you so much for joining, Rabina. Thank y'all so much for joining. Linda, I see you have made it over here on TikTok. Thank you so much for joining on TikTok. Um, One of the things I did want to I wanted to sing this little bit of a song that came to me earlier. And this is what I think of all the time when I am pouring into me so that I can be able to encourage the people that I deal with on a consistent basis. Sometimes you have to encourage yourself. Sometimes you have to choose victory doing the task. No matter how you feel, know that God, He is for real. Speak over yourself. Encourage yourself in the Lord. So that meant something to me. That song right there, it just hit the spot. Every time I turn it on in the morning, I'm like, yes, I'm ready for you, devil. Come on, bring it. Bring it. Because I know for life, it's you have to find that peace. You have to find that place that's going to bring you peace. Find that place that's going to bring you peace and comfort, because we all are going through something, right? But we got to move out our own way. Move out your own way and stay encouraged and know that God is with you. So the first thing I'm going to do, I shine you side. Hey, Calvin, thanks so much for joining. What's up, G? You're blessed to be a blessing. Thank you so much. Let me tell you something. Just today, I had received several emails all this week, just telephone calls with people saying, thank you for saving my property. Thank you for just being there, for helping me get a grant, just all kinds of things. And I said, Father God, I got to keep going. I can't stop. No matter what's going on in my life, and I'm not here to complain and to pour anything of what's going on in my life to anybody. But I want to encourage someone to stay focused. It's all going to work out for the good. So let's dive into it. The first thing I want to do is I want to share with y'all, there's some folks that got some money. Okay, the folks that have some money. I know that Barbara wanted us to talk about the anti-pasta. I did see it, Barbara Bryant. I did check it out. It's crazy, unbelievable, about a woman who actually just moved to a town that she, I guess, maybe 1,000 or so miles away from where she originated from, and she moved to a town. Somebody invited to a party. She came with an anti-pasta salad with her son and other people. And it just became a TikTok, just so popular, of what happened. So we're going to talk about that next week, Barb. Thanks so much for sharing that with me, with Mama Said It podcast, me and Plum. The other thing I do want to say is we're acknowledging the death, the passing of Malcolm Jamar Warner. So tragic that he passed away this past week. Just devastating to hear this. That And he's from New Jersey. Many of you may not know that he's actually from New Jersey. The other thing I do want to say, there were two young ladies, and I'm going to post their names later, that actually drowned in New Jersey during the storm last week. And we're just praying for their family as they prepare to lay them to rest. We're praying for their family. When you think about all the things that's going on around us, and we're still here to be able to say, Father God, I thank you for allowing me to see another day that I've never seen before, that I got another opportunity to get it right. Right. So one of the things I want to move on to is this money. Now, I know that many of you, I'm going to call out some names. I'm going to call out some names because some of you might not even know that this money is actually available. And over the years, my name was on the list. My sister's name was on the list. My brother's, a lot of my family members' names on the list. And a lot of my family names are on this list too today. And I'm going to call them out. So, hey, Pam, thanks so much for joining these. Thank you so much for joining. Sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. As I prepared to share this information with you, I want to make sure that you get your pens and papers out. We're going to talk about credit. We're going to talk about business. We're just going to talk about a few things. I know that I'm only here for 1 hour, but I can rest assured that we will continue this topics in the weeks and months ahead, hoping that we're going to be encouraging someone to keep focused on their desires and what they're looking to do for themselves in their lives. Now, I do want to say this. When I'm pulling up this information, many of you may have already heard of the website before. And if you haven't, I'm getting ready to share this website. Let me know if you can see it. It's the National Association of Unclaimed Property Administration. Okay, and let me know if you can see this page that I'm sharing with you. Okay, I'm going to call out some people that I see that their name is on this list. I see that their names is on this list. And I want to pull back up my screen. So just bear with me for just a second while I pull up another site real quick. I want to make sure that I'm not missing anyone on the Facebook Live. So be patient with me today. I'm operating alone, okay, but I'm not by myself because I feel the spirit of all of you here with me. So I thank y'all for that. Okay, so as we move forward, let me just pull up this site. Let me just pull up this site real quick. Okay, and we're going to go here. And bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. Just to take a second. Okay, here we go. All right. Very good. Okay, so now on this site, there's unclaimed money. Now you can actually go to missingmoney.com. That's a short version, right? Missingmoney.com. Okay, and what I want to do right now is I want to show you how you search. And I'm going to continue to talk about this website. You do want to continuously check this website for your name at least twice a year. You want to check to see whether your name appears twice a year because they do consistently update the information. So you never know when your name may pop up, right? You never know when your name may pop up. So as we move forward, I just want to search here. And now there are websites also that are available that will, say for an example, if you have If you're veterans, they have veterans where there may be some funds available for veterans as well. But today we're gonna do New Jersey. If there's a state that you want me to kind of look at for you, I'll be more than happy to do so. Okay, I'll be more than happy to do so. So we're gonna search. The first person we're gonna search. Now I don't know whether my little sister Lily is on here. Lily and Lisa Armour. Um, and I want to share this information. Let me just put this in real quick. I'm going to put in a family member for an example. Now you put the last name in. Say for example, if you have a lot of family and you want to see whether the family is in here, right? You could just put the last name and everyone that has your last name will pop up. Okay, everyone that has your last name will pop up. Now, if you don't want to do that, you could just put in your first name and it will pull up your first name. Now, I suggest going to every place you ever lived, even when you were a little boy or girl, put your information in the system, okay? Because you just never know, something may pop up, right? Because it happened to me. The bank account that I had when I was smaller from my parents, it was in there, and I was able to claim it as an adult. So, make sure you do that. So I put the last name in, first name in, and then of course I'm going to put in the actual city. So what right now I'm just going to put in New Brunswick for an example. Okay, I'm going to put in New Brunswick, and you all can go to missingmoney.com. You want to write this down, missingmoney.com, or you can go to unclaim.org, unclaim.org. So I just put in, oops, did I misspell New Brunswick? Okay, let's see, New Brunswick. Okay, so let's put that in there. Now listen, also, if anyone passed in your family, like an aunt, an uncle, a cousin, a grandfather, a grandmother, put their name in here, okay? Because you might find their information. Now, one of the things I was able to find one of my aunties in here, Grace Carter. I know that's her because that's the address that she used to live at, 79 Renson Avenue. Okay. So, Lisa, your mom is in here. The other thing that I was so surprised to see, I seen my Uncle Benny's name in here. Okay. There's Benny Lee. Okay. That's my uncle, 305 Power Street. I know that because I was at that house at one time when I was a little girl. So I know they used to live there. So Lisa Armour, next to Ken, your dad's information is in here. Your dad's information is in here. Um, Now, I also want to say that a Macy's name is in here. Okay. I'm just, giving this out because a lot of family, they don't know that their names are in this database. Okay. Now I didn't know whether Michael, our cousin Michael, I didn't know whether his name, whether he ever lived at 33 Paul Robeson Boulevard. I'm not sure. But cousin Michael, I'm not sure if this is you, but they do have a Michael Carter in the system. They also have Macy Carter in here. And Lisa, your name is in here a few times. You are in here a few times. Listen, if y'all don't need the money, there's a whole lot of family members that can use the dollars. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's $10, $5, that's gas. So if you don't want the money, pass it on. Pass it on to someone else. But don't let it sit in the state. They ain't doing nothing with making money off of your money. So get your money. Okay? Get your money. Now I wanted to say, dude, okay, dude, I found your name in here, dude. I was so surprised because, dude, the last time we looked, your name was not in here. And I looked this time, and surprisingly enough, your name is on the list. So, Michael, I know this got to be you, Michael D. So, I think if you're listening, if someone wants to tag Michael Ross, I'm pulling up the Rosses. So, if you're Ross, you just pull up all the Rosses. And Patricia Ross, your name is in here. Okay, your name is in here for sure. So there's a lot of Rosses in here. Teresa Session, your name is in here, Teresa. Session, Sandra, your sister's name is in here. So I mean, I'm sure she could use the money. Rabina, tell your aunt that her name is in the system. Okay. Now I pulled up the Pittmans. There's a lot of Pittmans name is in here. And I think it's one of them is Jarvis family members, like a brother maybe. So Jarvis, if you're watching, one of your brothers' name is in here. Brian Davis, B-Man, your name is in this system. It's time to get this money, time to get these coins, okay? Don't let it sit with the state. Do not let it sit with the state. Carlton Badger, okay? Carlton Badger, Pitbull, your name is in here. Mr. Realtor, your name is in here. Cheryl Hicks, your name is in this system. Okay, Jades Barnes, your name is here. Daniela, you got about 6 accounts in here. Danny, okay, your name is in here. Adam, let your wife know her name is in here. And Lisette, my girl, your name is in here, girl. Do not let the money sit, okay? So this is a website that you can go to, missingmoney.com. I hope it's going to help someone. All right, so we're going to move on to our next part of the show. Okay, wait just one moment. Okay. All right, are y'all with me? You're with me. Okay, here we go. Let's continue. All right, so as we move forward, hey, Brian Davis, I just named you, Brian. Your name is in here. Thank you so much for joining. Rabina, please make sure you tell your auntie Teresa her name is in there. Get them coins. Oh, she lives with you. Oh, good. Awesome. Yes, make sure you do the claim. That's all you have to do is click on the claim button and then fill in your information. It's very easy. You just fill in the information. Then you have to provide them with some sort of ID. Okay, you just present your ID and just wait 2 weeks and boom, your money is in the mail. Okay, your money is in the mail. She just moved to Dallas with me last Thursday. Oh my God, that's awesome. So when I come out to Dallas, I'll be able to visit all of you. Our family reunion is coming up the first Friday. It starts that Friday to the weekend. Our family reunion starts. So yes, I don't know whether I'm going to be able to go out there. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We'll see. We still have a little bit of time. You're telling her now. Thank you so much, Rabina. May whatever she finds, no matter what the amount is, I pray that it changes her life for the better. Hey, cousin Pat, thank you so much for joining. Your name is in the system, Pat. Do not let that money sit. If you cannot use it, you got grandchildren. Send it to your grandkids, Pat. Okay. And for those of you who do not have grandchildren, give it to your church. Find someone to give it to if you cannot use it. But please, whatever you do, you see what the state doing to us? Don't let that money sit. Don't let I get frustrated. Don't let the money sit with the state. Please. Whatever you do, don't do that. Okay? Do anyone have any questions so far? I know all of you, I'm hoping all of you, if you know that there's money and I called out your name, just please come back and say, hey, cuz or auntie, or, let me know that it was a blessing to you, that it did something for you. I would just like to know, I put a lot of effort in trying to make people aware of the different things. And let me also say this, for those of you who want to start this as a business, okay? For those of you who want to start this as a business, I wrote a book a few years ago that will help you to be able to find money, okay? Find money and charge people for helping them to find money. Now, this is from surplus. I give you an example. You have a person say foreclosure happened to them. God forbid. We don't want foreclosure to happen to anybody. But let's say it has happened. They lost their home and the bank sold the property. But the property was sold for more than the balance. That's called a surplus, right? That's more than. That money is sitting in an account. Now, they don't send you no notices. And I think that's so horrible, right? That they don't send no notices out to let you know, hey, we got over 30-some thousand dollars that's sitting in this account that belongs to you. No, they will not tell you anything. They will keep it. Okay. Now, the state of New York They ain't giving you nothing. But there's a lot of other states like New Jersey and Pennsylvania, other states, they will give you the money that's due to you. Okay. But you have to find out if the money is owed to you. And we can help you do the research to find out if you had foreclosure done on your property and you want to find out whether there's any surplus money that's due. We have clients who have received over $50,000 on a property that was foreclosed on, and they didn't even know that the money was sitting. Okay. Imagine you getting a check for $50,000, or even just 10,000 right now. It can change the directory of your life, right? It could change your lifestyle. It could do something for you, pay a few bills, So the website is I Find You Money, and I'm going to put that here. ifindYoumoney.com. And what happens with that book? It costs $19.95. It's worth more than that. I give you all kinds of websites where there's money that's available that people don't even know. And I, inside the book, it's contracts, it's scripts in there to tell you what to say to people. And you could charge 10 to 20% for recovering monies. What I've done in the past, I've recovered people's money and haven't charged them. But I did as a business, and when I was doing it as a business, I do charge. Okay, so I do charge. But for this right here, where it's missingmoney.com, a lot of times when you go on there, it's very easy to just claim the money. I'm just wanted to give you that information. But of course, there are a lot of other websites that are in my book that I'm not discussing. But if you get the book, it's in there. And it will show you different ways in which you can help people to retrieve monies that's due to them and how to start your own business if that's what you desire to do. Okay. All right. So let's move on to the next thing that I want to talk about. And I know there is a few things that I want to discuss. The next thing I wanted to go into, let me just pull it up real quick. I'm hoping it allow me to pull it up. I want to talk about credit for a second, if you don't mind. I want to talk about credit for a second, if you don't mind. But before I talk about the credit, let me just go to the building business credit, because I think that will benefit most. And I can truly say that there are some of our students, some of my students are on here, right? And they can actually tell you what their experiences have been. My team that I work with and helping you to build business credit, they are really, really good at what we do. And we really try to coach you. And if you're looking to be coached, we're more than willing to give you some free consultation to help you along your way on building business credit. Now, these are some of the steps that you want to do when you're building business credit. First, you want to be able to come up with your niche, right? What are you going to sell? Is it going to be a product or is it going to be a service? Product or service. So if you got your niche down, then you want to find out what is going to be my business name, right? What am I going to name my business? And like, for an example, you have McDonald's, you have Burger King and Wendy's, and they're not really saying anything about burgers like Amazon. They're not talking about what they sell, but the name is so catchy. So you don't always have to have what you do in the name to build your brand, but it is often sometimes helpful. Okay. It's often sometimes helpful. One of the other things you want to do, if you haven't done it already, you want to get your EIN number. Now, you can get your EIN number. It's free of charge. You can go to irs.gov. You can go to irs.gov, and you can get your EIN number for free. Thank y'all so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. Thank you for joining. The EIN is free. It doesn't cost you anything to get your EIN. So let me just tell you a little bit about the EIN structure. When you're doing an EIN, you got to know exactly what type of business are you going to be formatting, right? So whether it's going to be an LLC, an S corp, or a C corp, or you could do a trust. Some people do a trust, okay? So it all depends on how you're going to set up your business, and you definitely want to make sure you're setting up properly. That's why it's good to have a good coach, so they can coach you along to make sure that you're not making any mistakes. So I do say this: I don't recommend S corp. I do not recommend an S corp. When you talk about an S corp, I think about something small, right? Think about something small. When you say an LLC, it's limited, right? It's think when you think about it, it's giving you limited liability company. So it's limiting you. Now, when you think about a corporation, you're thinking about something bigger, okay? Something bigger. So that's one aspect of how to think about when you're formatting your business. A lot of people are very gung-ho on setting up an LLC, which I don't have anything against an LLC. But when you set up an LLC, your name is exposed. Okay, that means your information is exposed. Your name is on the LLC, your name is on the EIN. If you were to do a C Corp, your name is not on any documents. Your name is not on any documents. And we'll go into that if you want us to help you along the way. The other thing you want to do is make sure that in your territory, wherever your city or state, depending on what type of business you have, doesn't require a business license. Some states will require a business license. Say, for example, if you were starting an exterminating business, you can't just go out there and start spraying people houses. You have to be licensed, right? If you wanted to be an appraiser, you have to get licensed. Okay. So even with a babysitter in the state of New Jersey, I know for many, many years, you can start a business babysitting, and it would allow you to babysit up to 5 kids without a license. Anything over 5, you needed to have a license. The other thing you want to think about is a website, because you want to make sure that the banks that you're going to be getting your credit from, that they visibly can see your presence. They want to see that you're not a fly-by-night company. They want to see that you are established. So having a website, I really, really encourage it. A lot of people say no, you don't need a website to get business credit. But I say different. Okay. Now I'm talking about the business credit where you're not using a personal guarantor. Personal guarantor. Okay. Now, if you're using a personal guarantor, then a website may not be necessary, because you're going to put your social security number as a guarantee on whatever loan that you're anticipating on applying for. Okay. And the other thing, you want a business address. You don't want to use your home address. I don't encourage you to use your home address. You want to pick an address like a brick and mortar. Now we have different websites that we can share with you, like Anytime Mailbox, for an example. AnytimeMailbox.com, they will actually give you a brick and mortar, not a staple address, not a post office, not a UPS store, but an actually brick and mortar um, business. And that's what you want. Okay, I'll put that in. Let me know if it's coming across what I'm putting in the Can Post Messages channel. Okay. I want to make sure that everyone is receiving the websites that I'm putting in. Okay. For the business address. Now, let me just say this. When you're going to that website and you're looking for a business address, what you want to do, you want to copy the address, put it in Google, and make sure you see that it's a physical address. Because some of the addresses on there, not a lot, but some of the addresses on the website may be a staple store. Okay. But I would say 90% of the addresses on that site is brick and mortar. Is brick and mortar, where you can walk into the office, you can utilize their conference room if you need to. You can get your mail there. The mail could be forwarded to you. You can see everything online to give you a username and password. And you want to make sure your business is set up properly. And if when you go to this website, the great thing that I love that the price for the office is like some are $9.99 a month, some are $19.99 a month, some are $29.99. I haven't seen anything over 29 bucks since I've been on there. I haven't seen anything over $29. Now there's other places that you go that charge you $50 a month. Some of them charge you $99 a month, but Anytime Mailbox definitely is the most reasonable price that I've came across thus far. The other thing you want to do is make sure you set up your business bank account. Now, you want to get the address first, then get the business bank account because you want to use that business address when you get ready to open up your business account, right? You want to have the business address. Because let me just say this to you. Sometimes people will look at your business address and see that it's a beautiful house and they won't even want to do business with you. I mean, I'm sorry to say it, but it's true. You got a lot of people out there that's very jealous. There's very just it's crazy. It's a crazy world. And I'm saying this because I've heard conversation that I'm not supporting her. Look at that big house she's living in. But guess what? Don't put yourself out there. Don't expose yourself to show anybody where you live. Then you won't have to worry about that. Um, the other thing you want to make sure you have is your business phone number, a business telephone number. Now, there's a various places that you can go to get your phone number for $9, $10 a month. Okay. You don't have to spend a whole lot of money to get your phone number. A lot of people are using their cell phone. What I suggest, if you already have a cell phone and you want to use it as a business number, call your company, ask them for a second line, and let them know that you want to turn that second line into a business number. 99% of the time, they're going to charge you 10 bucks, around $10 with your cell phone. Okay. And the only thing you have to do is when you get the phone number, you just program that number in your phone. So that way, if anybody calls that number, you know to answer it, ABC Plumbing or whatever the name of your business is. Now, another thing, I don't know how many of you may have heard of the Paydex score. Now, the Paydex score comes from DNB. It comes from TransUnion, Experience. And this is similar, it's a 9-digit number, and it's similar to your Social Security number and an EIN number. But a DNB number is used for businesses purposes only. Business purposes only. So you actually can go to www.dnb.com, okay? And you can register for free. They say it takes up to 30 days before you actually get your number, approximately 30 days before you actually get your number. But I've had some people that got their number in 2 weeks. Now, if you're planning to do government contracts, they normally would give your number instantaneously if you're planning to do government contracts. Okay. And the other step, you want to find yourself a good coach team that is going to take you by the hand and make sure that you do not make mistakes. Because the last thing you need is to be making mistakes. We could save you time, save you money, where you don't be making these mistakes. Now we're going to cover more about business credit because I'm going to dive in a little bit deeper into business credit, but I know that we're short on time today. So we're going to continue this conversation next week, and I'm going to give you more sources that you're going to be able to go to that will give you business credit within 30 days and for 10, 15,000 line of credit. Okay. 10 to 15 line of credit. Yes. Yes. It's going to get serious. We're going to get serious. And I'm hoping this information that I'm sharing with you is of some value. I'm hoping this information is of some value to you. Okay. So I want to share this other website with you all. Let me see whether I can pull it up real quick. I want to share this with you because I know that this information, um, if you go to offers c2cfe.com, and let me just put that in real quick. Thought I had that in. Bear with me. Okay, offers. Now, what I am going to do, I am going to post some websites, and I'm going to download to you guys some letters that you can use for fixing your credit. I want to do that, so hopefully that will help someone. Just bear with me as I pull this up. Now, I do want to also say we have at least, I think it's 4 more trips that are still available. 4 more trips that are still available. So I'll read that off to you after I finish sharing this website with you. I'm hoping you'll be able to see what I'm sharing. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you all so much for joining. Hey, Jerry, thanks so much for joining. Denise, thank you. Danielle, thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate you. Thanks so much for sharing as well. Thank you, Brenda. Thank you so much. Easy does it. Yes, I love that name. Jerry McCoy, thank you so much for joining. Appreciate you. Okay, so right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to share some websites with you. And you can go to offers c2cfe.com. Okay, offers dot the letter C, the number 2, the letter C, fe.com. I'll put it in the chat so that you'll have that. But what I want to do, I want to show you that you can download here by category. And I'm pulling up like bad credit. Okay. And this is for people that have bad credit, right? Now, I know some of you may not be in a situation where you can do a secured card. Some of these are secured cards. Some of these are secured cards. Let me just go down to Surge. Many of you may have heard of Surge before. Surge will absolutely give you credit, even with a 450 FICO score. You just need to make sure you have a job that's 12 months and you have to be making at least $1,200 a month. Okay. And that's Surge. You can go to offers, offers.c2cfe.com. The other one is Reflex. These are for people who don't have that great credit. You're trying to establish a credit. Okay. You can go to Reflex. First Progress is another one, but this First Progress is a secured card. So if you don't have any money or have money to start a secured account, you could try to apply for some of the accounts that don't require secure cards, right? The other thing I want to tell you, if you are a renter, you want to make sure that your rent is being reported because that's a trade line. You want to make sure that your rent is being reported because they will report to TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, and within 10 days, they're showing up on your credit report. And that's a primary trade line, not an authorized user. So that makes a big difference. They will contact your landlord. They will verify that you are a tenant. Okay, but it costs about $50 and you will be able to get your rent reported on your credit report. Okay, it's a benefit. I say don't let it waste. If you're a tenant, don't let it waste. And if you're a landlord, for an example, say you're a landlord and your tenant is planning to buy your house, encourage them to report your rent history because that would help to increase their FICO scores. That would help to increase their FICO scores. Now you have this other one. They only give a 400 credit limit for bad credit, but there's no security deposit required. Okay. And again, you need to be working no matter if you may have left the job and went on another job, but they must have some sort of employment, because that's the only way they'll know they'll be able to get their money back. And the credit score, they'll take as low as 450. Okay, so I want to go back here and I want to touch base with the people that have excellent credit. Let me just say this. If you have excellent credit, I'm going to be putting in the chat. There are a lot of, like Chase, there's maybe about, I think I came across maybe about 16 different creditors who have 0% interest. 0% interest. Now, say for an example right now, say if your utilization is high and you need your utilization to come down, you can get one of these 0% credit cards. Listen to me carefully. You can get one of the 0% interest credit cards, because normally it's 0% for 12 months. And you can transfer all of those debts onto that 0% that you don't even have to pay for 12 months. Now, the other accounts will show as zero balances. Now, what's going to happen? That's going to bring your utilization down. It's going to bring your utilization down, and your credit card is going to show that there's no balance due on the 0%. Okay? So for those of you who have excellent credit, and when I say excellent credit, I'm saying excellent credit now because they've changed it so much. It's like 720 or above, or 680 or above. 680 or above. Now we have Upgrade. Many of you know about Upgrade. They do have credit limits up to $50,000. Okay, they do want to see at least a 620. Some people have gotten approved with a 580. Okay, they do soft pulls. So when they do soft pulls, it's not affecting your credit. So make sure it's a soft pull, so that when they do the inquiry, it's not going to show up on your credit report. It's not going to show up as long as it's a soft pull. Then you have Upgrade personal loans. Okay, $50,000. Right now, a lot of my clients, I got a few calls last week. They was like, listen, I pay my bills on time, and for some reason, I just can't seem to get in the 800 club. What am I doing wrong? So I look at the credit report, do an analysis, and I find out, number one, the utilization is good, but they don't have a mixture of credit, right? Sometimes the mixture of credit could be your delay in getting to the 800 club. You might have a 740, but to get into the 800 club, you want to have your utilization at 10%. That's what I'm finding out my experiences have been. People utilizations are low, and they have a mixed credit, meaning a mortgage statement, revolving credit card, maybe a car payment, a vehicle been, financed. That's what I mean by mixed credit. So you have universal credit, which is a personal line. Okay. So these are some of the credits that you can receive. I'm going to put the link in the chat for you so that you will have it. Hopefully it's helping someone. Okay. All right. So now the next thing I'm going to hop on, we're going to come back to the building business credit. I do want to touch base. I know we're only here for an hour. We're only here for an hour. But I do want to touch base on real estate, how to become a real estate investor, right? I do teach this course. It's a very important course, because a lot of times people try to wonder, how do people become successful? How do they become millionaires? And that is a way to become a millionaire, is through real estate. It's through real estate. So I'm going to show you these steps. Now, what I always say, and I used to be a student of Carlton Sheets, rest in peace, Carlton Sheets. I was 17 years old when I got involved with Carlton Sheets, and I became one of his coaches. And my first property with him, I was able to make $22,000, and I haven't looked back since. And it's because of real estate. And some of you probably bought his course years ago. This is back in the 80s, right? No money down, very popular back in the day. And there's still a no money down offers that are on the table. There's still no money down offers on the table. I know the mortgage company, we have no money down programs for real estate investors. Okay. So for those of you who are interested, please get in touch with me. We do have no money down programs. Okay. Now, there's five things you need. Five things you need to be aware of. Out of these five, you're going to always need at least two of them. You might not need all five, but you're definitely going to need two or more. You're going to need time. You're going to have somebody that's going to be able to find the properties, to do the research of where these properties are located, right? Because one of the things I want to make sure you understand, how does real estate work? And some people don't understand this is the basic structure. You need time. Then you need someone that knows the knowledge. Because if you don't know what you're doing, that means that you could be up into losing millions and thousands of dollars, and you don't want that. The other thing you may need is some money, right? You may need some money, and you're going to need someone who knows strategy. Need somebody, because there's a difference in having somebody that knows the knowledge and somebody that has the strategy. Two different things, two different situations. Okay. You could know someone that knows exactly what to do, all the steps, but then they don't know how to put it all together. Okay. And the last thing you may need a lender. You may need a lender to be involved. Okay, you may need a lender to be involved. Now, let me just say this with the time. Let's say you knew five people. You knew somebody that had time, they're off, they're retired from work, they're full time, they're retired, they don't work at all. You have somebody that know a little bit about the industry. You have somebody that have a little bit of money. They might not have physical money in checking account, savings account, but they may have a 401k plan. People don't know that you can use your 401k plan, your IRA, your SEP plan to purchase real estate. Okay. And you may know someone that knows how to put it all together. They know where to go and how to strategically put it all together for you. If you have those five things, that's actually a group. You can formulate a group of people with these five things and to be able to be successful in the real estate business. So I say this: if you are someone who have the time, find somebody. One thing I missed, and I apologize, one thing I missed on here is credit. I missed credit. I got to fix this because credit is one of the things that's supposed to be on here. If you have all cash, you don't need the knowledge. You don't need the lender. You just pay for the house in full, right? But if you don't have the money, and you need a lender, but you have to have some sort of credit if you're going to do financing. Now, there's some lenders that we have that don't matter. They don't care what your credit looks like. They will give you financing. Your credit could be in a doghouse and they would give you financing. However, is what type of financing would they give you? That's the answer. What kind are they going to give you? Okay, whether it's a loan to value of 80%, 70%, 60%, we don't know, right? But if you want to know a little bit more about the real estate industry, I'm more than happy to walk you through the steps, because I know there's a lot of clients, that's clients of mine and clients of other colleagues of mine that are also in the tax business. They are spinning the wheel trying to figure out, how can I stop paying so much money in taxes? What am I doing where I'm paying so much money in taxes? Well, some of the things is you have to invest in real estate. And I'm just going to keep it real, because Internal Revenue Service, in this big, beautiful bill, they just renewed the bonus depreciation. They just renewed the bonus depreciation. Okay. And the bonus depreciation is where they would give you, you get more of a write off on your tax return when you have real estate. Now you can do bonus depreciation on a car. It can be on equipment. I mean, there's various things that you can use a bonus on. But it's a one-time gift from Internal Revenue Service, one time. And then the following year, the preceding year thereafter, you could just depreciate your property. The other thing I always tell a person, if you are self-employed, please, I encourage you, do your homework, do your due diligence, look up self-employment plan. Self-employment plan. It's called the SEP plan, SEP. Okay, a SEP plan. That's where you're able to take a higher percentage. It's similar to a 401k or an IRA. It's for people who are self-employed. People like myself, people like Brian Davis. There's a lot of people that are on here that are self-employed. You could have a full-time job and also have a W-2 wage earner, and also have a self-employment, meaning maybe you have a babysitting business. You may be an IT tech or exterminator or general contractor, whatever the self-employment is. You want to look into self-employment, self self-employment plan, a SEP plan, because with the SEP plan, it would allow you to be able to put a higher amount than if it was an IRA account. Because IRA is like you can contribute like 7,500 somewhere in that area, where the SEP plan is 25% of your income. Okay, so and that can go exceed. I think this year it was like $50,000 if I'm not mistaken. So $50,000 on someone who's has a taxable income of say 50,000, and on your full-time job you may have paid in 10,000. That means you're going to get that whole $10,000 back. Okay, so you have to be able to make sure you structure your taxes a certain way. Now, a lot of people ask, why is Warren Buffett not paying taxes or compared to his secretary? Because I know a lot of times there was words that was said that he was paying less than his secretary. Well, it's probably because he has a good accountant. Probably because he has a good accountant and he's doing the things that he needs to do in order to pay less taxes. Okay. That's very, very, very important. Now I know that we ran. Thank you so much, Brian. Let's see, Dak. I missed what I wanted to hear. Trying to help Aunt Teresa. Okay, Rabina, what is it that you wanted to hear, Rabina? You know, and you're in Texas, so you want to make sure that you on the missingmoney.com. You know, you want to put in Texas, you want to put in New Jersey. If you are married and you had a maiden name, you want to put your maiden name in. You know, please, by all means, make sure that you do not take that lightly about the money part. Now, I'm hoping that I've been giving you value. I hope I gave somebody some value. If I gave you some value, please, you know, put a number 7 for completion. Put a number 7 in the chat if I gave you some value. You waved at Jerry. Hey, Jerry, thank you so much for joining. Thank you, TikTok. Thank y'all so much for joining. I definitely will be coming live more on TikTok. Being intentional about my moves. I want to just say to each and every one of you, I want y'all to stay encouraged, you know, because I know that the way the world is looking right now is just looking strange for most of us, right? It's looking strange for most of us. And I don't want anyone to be discouraged. You know, stay around positive energy. Because for me, I have to be around positive energy. I can't allow myself to succumb to negativity or negative thinking, because I know that that's when the devil starts to say, "Woo, I got her. let me give her something else," and then he's just start piling all these things on you, right? But if you say to yourself, "I'm gonna have a good day. I'm worthy. Money loves me. Money finds me. I'm gonna be a millionaire." You speak things, you know. Biblically, it says our tongue is our life. Our tongue. So what you say and manifest, it shall be. What you say and manifest, it shall be. Okay? It shall be. So please stay encouraged and find yourself a good Bible church, even if it's online. You don't have to physically go there, but find you someone that can connect with you biblically, that can pour into your life, to keep you encouraged. If you want to send me a text or a phone call, I'll try to respond to you as fast as I can. But if I'm coming in contact with you, I'm definitely going to make sure that I do everything I can to try to keep you encouraged, because there's light at the end of the tunnel. This week here is going to be one of the best weeks that you've ever had in your life. And if you believe it, you say it to yourself. And once you say it to yourself and start repeating it, it become a part of your life. So when I wake up in the morning, because I know every morning that I wake up, I'm going to be hit with a whole lot of things. People losing their homes, a car repossession, just all kinds of situations. And no matter what, I have to make sure that I keep my energy up. You got to make sure you keep your energy up. Thank you so much, Pastor Terrence, my nephew. Thank you so much, Terrence. Thank you so much, Tricia. Thank you so much. So proud of you. I love you, T. Thank you so much. Speak those things that be not as if they were. Hallelujah. Yes. Thank you, Linda, so much for the encouragement. And we sometimes have to encourage each other. Sometimes when I find myself falling on the wayside, I say, uh-oh, I got to call somebody. I got to call somebody that I know that's going to pep me up, that's going to give me the encouragement that I need to continue. Just Terrence, as a pastor, the pastors, they have so much weight on their shoulder. I think about them and I pray for the pastors and the first ladies of these churches, because there's a lot when you're dealing with a lot of your members. They're coming to you for help. They're coming for you for guidance. They're looking up to you. And we're all human. We all make mistakes, and I'm just praying for all my pastors, all my leaders, that God just continue to pour into you, keep you at his feet, and keep you encouraged that things is going to always be okay. Now, I'm thanking you all so much for tuning in. I hope that this week is a good week for all of you. Now, I know y'all know I have to sound off. Next week, let me tell you about some of next week's topics before I go. Next week's topics, we're going to be talking about business grants for nonprofit organizations. We're talking about business grants for nonprofit organizations, because I know that there's a lot of nonprofits, organizations that need money, don't know how to get the money, don't know where to get the money from. So I'm going to share some sources that I know that will help you. Okay. And the other thing that I want to make sure you're aware of, that places right in your neighborhood, places like Home Depot, places like Lowe's, these are places just right in your neighborhood that will pour into your nonprofit. But if you ask not, you already know what it says. You already know what it says. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to encourage somebody here. Okay, so I'm going to sign off. Thank y'all so much for joining. Do something different today that you didn't do yesterday to change your tomorrow. Mama said it. Woo. There'll be days like this. Mama said it. Wee. There'll be days like this. Mama said it. Woo. Y'all have a blessed one. T, I love you. I love all y'all. Thank y'all so much for the support. Appreciate you. And may God bless you. And may you have a fantastic